Hi, and welcome back for another Fitness Presence workout. I'm glad you're with us today. Our emphasis is going to be on cardiovascular, and of course, as always, we're going to do a comprehensive integrated workout. We'll work on strength, flexibility, balance, coordination, body leanness, and resistance to injury. Just thinking about cardiovascular as we go through this. And again, we're going to work on all planes of movement through big ranges of movement, and we'll talk about different types of cardiovascular fitness. So you have cardiovascular fitness, which is cardio endurance, right? So that's a lot of the zone 2 kind of work. We'll also do a little bit of more intense cardiovascular work, which is going to be zone 5, right? So we're going to elevate up where it's going to be more difficult. You'll hear me labored in my speaking. And then the other thing we're going to focus on is how well can we recover. So when we go to zone 5, we also want to be able to pull back to zone 2 and allow our heart rates to recover. I've heard it described interestingly that the zone 2 is kind of like the foundation of your cardiovascular pyramid, and that peak zone 5 stuff is like how high is it? And you're trying to get as much area as possible inside that workout for you. So let's go ahead and get it started. So we'll start here again. And so we'll just start nice and slow. What I want you to do is think about a little bit faster than we typically work, just to start to get our heart rates up a little more rapidly. And again, we're working full range of movement. What I want you to focus on is pressing and resisting. So you're resisting in the stand and the isokinetic movements, you're really antagonizing. So in other words, as you come down with your arms, you're pulling with your chest and you're resisting with your shoulders. On the flip side, right, you're pulling up, you got the shoulders and the serratus and the chest are fighting that. We can change a little bit, but let's just do this for about a minute, get ourselves nice and warmed up, and then we're gonna keep going. Some good zone 2 work. Let's get back onto the sagittal plane, so we're coming straight at you here. I'm gonna drop in. I'm gonna take our hands and do some isokinetic work. And we're gonna go from above our heads down as we do some squats. So there's pressing together and coming up. And what I want you to remember is that whenever we're using speed, we want to avoid the extreme edges of our range of movement. We don't want to go into the edges of our range of movement with momentum. So I'm not going quite as deep in my squat. I'm not extending quite as far back, but I'm focusing a little more on cardio and actually strength. Strength and cardio go really hand in hand in many ways, because one of the ways you drive your heart rate up is through the resistance that you create in your muscles. So it's nice and good. Pull it down, thinking through here. You're pulling with your serratus, you're curling your abdominals, you're pressing into the ground. As you come up, you're lifting. Feel that resistance. Your abdominals are opening up. Your serratus are being lifted by your shoulders as you press back. Let's do a couple more here. And let's go to the frontal plane. In the frontal plane, let's do antagonist resistance. So we're gonna come, I want you to do a big circle and drop it back down. And resist that movement of the circle. As you move through and side to side, pay attention to the resistance as you're pressing one leg into the other and how much you're pushing and lifting from side to side with the arms. All the way across and all the way across. And breathe. So I'm still steady in zone 2. Let's stay here for a couple more minutes. What I'd like you to do is do a rotation. And we're gonna do this with a little more speed than maybe we've done in the past. And it's also gonna work on balance. Think about resisting those arms, resisting the movement all the way around and come through. And resist as you come across and drop in and come through. All the way, feel that work. Keep your arms up relatively high. You don't have to be over your shoulders, but keep them about that shoulder height until you swing through. It's gonna give a little more work to the shoulders. All the way around. And think about resisting your movements. Come back through. Get some balance work. It's a little more, it's coordination when we use a little bit of speed. So when we're doing cardio work, again, we're working strength, balance, coordination, but we want to make sure we're getting the heart rate where we need to be. So I'm going to drop down and do some press work I invite you to join me and feel the resistance as you move through the range of movement. These are referred to sometimes as Mike Tyson push-ups. Push all the way back, press, feel that stretch. Now press in and go and push back. Let's just do this for a couple of minutes. And you'll probably feel both the strength work and the elevation of your heart rate as you're working through here. So even though I'm side to side, this is actually sagittal work because I'm going front and back and you're going front and back. Let's run a sagittal plane. Press out, press back, and breathe. And back, and breathe. Good. Let's hop up. Let's try to press on the frontal plane. And again, we're going side to side, and we're going strong, but we're not gonna go too far to the edges because there's a little momentum that we're creating with the speed. Press into the ground. The more you come out over your hands in this movement, the more work there is in your arms as it takes more of the weight. And that'll be a little more of an elevation of your heart rate as well. Side to side. Good. Pressing it good. Now, we're gonna do a transverse work. So grab your hands and pull as hard as you can as you come through. Go nice and deep. Let's move it and come across. Think about you're gonna come across, drive that elbow through and stretch the body and come back the opposite direction. Then breathing, coming all the way across. Good. Make that work for you. All the way through. And come. Let's come a couple more times. And then we're gonna just keep rotating, but we're gonna push instead. So we're gonna change that up and press all the way across and press. Think about your footwork as you rotate through. Find that balance and come on across. Press hard and breathe. Good. Coming up into like zone 3.5 maybe. A little more work needed to get into zone 4 and press in all the way across. Good. Let's go from a nice wide stance and we're gonna do presses. Press into the ground and push it out. Feel that stretch and push it out, but don't, nice and deep and press it. And deep, and now come up and flex those legs. Feel that work. Push and breathe. So you're pushing out as you're dropping in. You're pulling back with your arms as you come up. Push it and breathe and come on back. Try to keep your arms straight out there. Let's get 2 more of these. Good. And one more try. Breathing. Awesome. Now we're gonna do a little bit of a crescent with a push back and a pull in and press it back and pull it in. And what I mean by that is you're pressing with your hands and then you're pulling. So this is a shoulder press and this is a lat pull. And you're getting good flexibility there as well. Press it and pull and breathe. And keep coming. Press hard and pull and breathe. Press it back, stretch, and come across. Let's keep moving. All the way in and press that back. And go. Press yourself back. Feel that stretch. Nice and deep. Push it back and breathe. And remember, you're paying attention to your range of movement all the way through. Let's make those presses really hard now. Push and breathe. Fight it. Keep fighting your way back and get a good stretch and then come back down. Let's press again. Press into the ground with your leg and your arms, pushing back, fighting back. Let's get one more in the sun and then we're going to increase intensity and go the other way as well. All the way across and switch it. Okay? Now again, you're down, push, and when you're coming back, I want you to really push into the ground. And then as you're coming forward, pull yourself down. Push into the ground and pull, and then press, and breathe, and come all the way back and breathe. Good. And coming across. Awesome. Let's get a couple of real deep full bodies. We're just going to do a wide, kind of like a plie from ballet, but get it nice and deep, comfortably deep, and press out. And here's where we're going to do cardio without a lot of speed, but with a lot of intensity. So drop down now, press. Press as hard as you can into the ground and breathe. Resist your arms as much as you can as you push hard into the ground and lift your arms up over your head and find that space. Now pull it down as hard as you can. Breathe, keep pulling all the way in. Feel that work. Feel that curl your abdominals, contract your chest, and pull. Now imagine that you have cables in your hand and you're trying to pull them apart. Feel your chest restricting and constraining that movement. Come on up over your body. Press into the ground, flex your quads, pull your glutes in. Come back down again and breathe all the way through. Come on down, drop into, think about, now you're coming through, you got cables and you're gonna cross your chest, contract it as hard as you can. All the way, press into the ground. Now fight that resistance as you stand. Breathe, keep breathing, pressing down into the ground. Keep pushing. As you're pushing, you're lifting all the way up. Keep working it, press and breathe. You got this. Nice heavy squat, up onto your toes. And let's pull that down right in front of us. Flex your biceps actually, all the way, as tight as you can so they're touching your elbows, and then pull back and extend your triceps as you're down. And then flex and bring it up. Bring your shoulders right, arms right up to your shoulders, and then fight to press it up all the way to the top. Let's pull it back down again. Pull, feel that contraction. Contract your abdominals, pull with your lats. Flex your biceps and pull through and breathe. Drop in and breathe, and now press and get a good stretch and come through. Awesome. So I've entered zone 5, which you can probably hear. It's becoming difficult. So I'm gonna do a transverse movement. I want you to think about moving your body through this range of movement against resistance, internalized resistance. Press it all the way around. Now press down into a nice stretch and rotate your body and come back. And again, this is cardio without the speed, being really attentive and then pressing into real big full ranges of movement. So right now, stretch the adductor, stretch that rotation of your body, pull your arm through, and then resist antagonistically. Resist the movement, press one leg into the other. Nice and hard, drop in. Feel that natural stretch for you in the adductor. Press into it, and then rotate your torso and pull it up, even rotating your neck to get a good stretch over the top. And then come across again, and breathe all the way through. Let's keep working all the way. Rotate that through. I want you to feel that resistance, feel that work, and press into it. Now let's come across our bodies and open up as we come. But pull. Feel the middle of your back pulling against the resistance of your chest. Press into the ground and open up. And now as you come across, contract the chest, press side to side in your legs, and feel that resistance. Really work it. Coming across, getting a nice drop, and then coming back across. All the way over, nice and deep. Let's get deep on the other side. All the way over and get deep on the other side. Now we're gonna release ourselves to bring our heart rate back down to zone 2, which is the recovery period. And again, so what we're doing now, movements obviously look very similar. You just don't have the antagonist resistance. And I'm not pressing hard into the ground. Just kind of lift yourself with your own body weight and pull your arms up and over. And breathe. Bring it down and breathe. All the way through. Come up and breathe. Let's get like a couple more of these. See how we're doing dropping our heart rate? That's great. Already dropping into zone 2. And lift. And breathe. Gentle. Bring it down. Bring it right in the middle here. Let's recover. And we've completed our cardiovascular workout for today. Anyway, thank you so much for being here. We're gonna do coordination in our next workout, where we're talking about how are we coordinating all the limbs and the torso and the neck simultaneously so that we're working so many different muscles simultaneously, but also really challenging the brain to coordinate these movements and stay very active. So we're not just getting stronger, more flexible, but we're enhancing our cognitive capabilities as well. Thanks so much.